welcome to Derailed. Everybody's name that you saw on there are not here.
They're not here today.
They're not here today. So it's just myself and Tom Thompson.
Sonora Scott.
Yeah. Thankfully, he came walking into our
It was Black Friday
location.
shopping and came in to check on Sonora.
Yeah.
And we're a little distraught because they were not here. And we have some other things to cover. And I'm like, trust me, if anybody can talk and ramble for 25 minutes, I got you covered.
It is Tom,
got you covered.
right here. Yeah, so Dave and Cody and Jeff are not here. Dave is actually ringing the bell at Sam's Club right now for Salvation Army, and I'm going to be over there today, this afternoon. So
I'll just let it go. It's Wagner. Okay. It's Wagner. What's it like working with David? So I'm going to interview Sonora more than she's going to interview me.
So you know that train wreck that you just saw?
Right. It's Derailed. So kind of tell them the reason for the name Derailed for the program.
Well,
because I didn't know that until.
Because that's what it's like working with all these men. I'm just kidding. No, it's Derailed. They actually came up with it, Dave and Cody and Jeff. It's an entertainment show, and they just come on and just start talking, and whatever they talk about, they talk about. And
so my proposal to you was, derailed. Hey, let's see if we can get fired today.
Yes. Tom wants us to get fired. I don't know about that.
You know what? It could be my last rodeo.
It could.
It could. So let's go down a path of a lot of times people ask me questions. So what do you do? Well, I'm the marketing director for the Stock Show Rodeo. Mm-hmm. I'm also, I would say, a sales manager for Texas Vet Lab over on North Bell Street. Jim Bob Harris. So I've done that forever. I'm on city council.
Yeah.
And independent sheep shear. I have sheared sheep since I was 16 years old. Yeah. And I'm 53, and I still shear sheep all the time.
He does. He posts about it on Facebook.
And anyway, it's the rhinestone sheep shear. And and it's a profession that has a very high rate of resurrection. Yes. You try to stamp it out and kill it, and then it keeps rising back up.
Yeah.
And you raise your price, and people say, well, I'll just shear my own.
Yeah.
Like Justin Jonas, executive director, Stock Show and Rodeo. He's like, I was going to share my own, but no, I'll just pay you to come do it.
Yeah, I'll just let you do it.
So it's one of those unique deals, but I have plenty of things to keep me busy.
Yeah. What do you not do? That's probably a shorter list.
Okay, so if I had my perfect dream job, it'd just be wandering around. I think I'd love to have been a flight attendant on Southwest Airlines. Just walk up and down the hall and just talk to people.
I
creep my kids out. My kids, they're just like, don't. And I'll just like, we'll be at a restaurant, and they'll just like, no, stop, don't even talk to them. So I get shamed by my kids. I just can't randomly talk to people.
I know. Well, but yeah, that's my brother actually kind of does that to me. He's like, do you have to talk to everybody? And I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, even if it's people you don't know.
Yeah. It's just somehow they either like, I'll, oh, hey, nice sweater, or, something like that. Or they come up to me and they just start telling me their life story. Are you one of those people?
Not the whole life story, but I can get lost in the weeds on a tangent, and I won't stay in my lane.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. People just tell me their whole life story, like they always have from when I was like young.
That'd be it. So if I could be the flight attendant and a pilot, I got my pilot's license back in
that's right.
1984.
Yeah.
And when I was a senior in high school, 85, and I have loved airplanes, but just never flying a plane's expensive.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get current again. I just haven't found the time to do that yet. But I will.
It's time consuming.
It is.
Sure.
It is. But it's something you need to do, and you need to practice that a lot.
Yeah.
So let me interrogate you a little bit more.
Okay. Oh, man. Here
So our question was, how's it like working with Dave?
Yes.
Do you remember when we first met?
Me and you?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Tell me.
So I was writing an article for San Angelo Lifestyles magazine, and they wanted something about the rodeo. Yep. And so I looked up who I needed to call, and it was this guy over here. And y'all didn't have the building. You were in the barn?
We did, but the previous marketing sponsor guy had an office over in the Spur Arena.
That's right.
101.
Yeah.
And so me and Terica Taylor.
Yeah.
And she was intern.
Terica.
And Terica was in there. Thank goodness for her. She kind of helped me through that first year. It was rough that first year. But anyway, you came in for an interview.
Yeah. And he didn't believe in me.
Oh, zero. At that time. You were quiet.
Yeah.
And you were just asking, you were you were very professional.
Yeah.
Almost on the borderline of being too timid.
Yeah.
And I said, so what do you want to do? And I was going down that, just trying to dig information out of you. And you said, I'd like to do, TV, media, something like that, interview people. And
Tom goes, huh.
Well, no, I didn't say that while you were there.
In his mind.
I waited till you went out and you shut the door. I was like, never make it.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, you kept coming on it. And Cody Scott has a great story if you ever hear him. He's a professor at ASU. He talks about people that made it doing what their passion was.
Yeah.
And he talks about Alvin New and Jimmy Fontenot and how they started. And you fit right in that category. It's your passion. It's what you want to do. And you succeeded at it.
Well, with a lot of help from Tom, because down the line, I was very, very shy that first time. And then it all went out the window.
It's gone
and
now.
So now Tom and I are good friends, and you've helped me a lot. A lot.
When you call and say, I want to do media, and here's one a lot of people don't understand. Every rodeo in the United States needs press.
Yeah.
It's a sport that doesn't have, or I would say it's got a very specific audience that likes to watch it. So it's not a broad audience. And when you advertise it, you're not going to loop somebody in unless they have a small need, passion, or interest in it. And so they're all jealous of Angelo. I mean, we are, a population of 100,000. We have a top 10, a lot of times top 5, sometimes top rodeo. And it depends how you judge it, by the number of contestants or population. But if I look at what we do per capita, we sell 65,000 seats through 13 performances with a population of 100,000 people. No other town in the world or city does that.
Yeah.
I mean, San Antonio doesn't sell out their rodeo. Houston doesn't sell out theirs except on specific nights. They got 3, 4, 5 million basically rural populations.
Yeah.
San Angelo just nails it. I mean, it's a passion. So anytime media calls, hey, we need somebody, I mean, we just drop it. Say, yes, whatever you need. And they are jealous of the media support Angelo gets. And it's because of y'all.
And they should be.
And it is. It's also
I'm just kidding. But and that's the thing. Something that I've noticed, I've been to several rodeo, Rodeo Austin, Rodeo Houston, all that. People come for the performance, like the concert.
It's the concert.
The concert is why people come, really. And in San Angelo, people come for the rodeo. Like, they come for the events. They know these guys. They know the women. They know the horses. They know the livestock.
Oh, when Fallon, number one popular things is contestants. It's Trevor Brazil up, Tuff Cooper, Fallon Taylor. I can't tell you how many phone calls I'll get between now and February.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know when Fallon Taylor's up? Well, we hope she progresses through the long go.
Yeah.
And then makes it and doesn't knock over a barrel and then gets in the progressive and makes a short go. But I mean, there's some people who are just fanatics about them.
Exactly. And that's what I try to explain to, because I work with a lot of people who aren't from, they're not from Texas, or maybe they are, but they grew up in cities, and so they don't really understand, the rodeo and everything. How
many coworkers have we cycled through?
Yeah, a lot.
Probably 10 to 15.
A lot.
That have never gone to a rodeo. And this was their first experience, and they leave here going, I'll be back for rodeo.
Exactly.
Well, come on. It's a $12 ticket. Come on.
They come in, they don't really get it, but then after they experience it, they understand. And that's part of the thing. That's one of the things I tell them, is that these athletes' horses have like fan pages dedicated to the horse, and so that just blows their mind. And it's really good to teach everybody, because like you said, there's been so many, but it's that teaching process and seeing them, get it and understand, and everything clicks.
Well,
and
when a whole town goes ape over rodeo in February, I mean, literally,
for real.
They just like, oh gosh, it's rodeo week, and you hear people. I mean, there's people in commercial businesses that are like, if we just make it to rodeo, then we're cash flowing and we're good. The rodeo, the grounds bring in, we'd like to think around $30-35 million in economic impact. There's an event going on the grounds. It's a rental facility. 40 something weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
You never know when Kermit's got something, it'll be a circus or a carnival, or, he'll have some little weekend thing going on. But when you look at just the specific time frame of the rodeo, we're going to start January 30th and we'll go through February 15th, 16th. And we think we'll run nearly 200,000 people through there.
Yeah.
Brittany on that livestock show, I mean, they're the economic impact. I mean, as best as I can calculate it, it's the largest economic impact single event west of I-35 in Texas.
Yeah, I believe it.
And we think it does about $17-18 million in economic impact. And you have to think about economic impact. It's not what the rodeo gets. The rodeo is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
But it's what, it's heads in beds. It's advertising. It's people buying advertisement right here on the show.
Yeah.
It's people booking hotel rooms.
Yep.
It's meals. It's dry cleaning. And the entire gamut. You don't realize just how big that number is until you put the math to it. So like I tell people, it's an old joke me and Brittany have, and we stole it from Brian May, was the rabbit show economic impact is probably half as much as the rodeo, if not more, just because the rodeo is probably 90% local people. The rabbit show is a couple hundred families here for 3-4 days. Yeah. And 6-8 meals a person, and you do the math on it, it's $1,000-$1,200.
Oh, exactly.
Per two individuals, so it's huge.
Yeah, because they're basically living here in San Angelo for a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time. So just think about everything, we need to live here in San Angelo. They're buying the same thing. They're going to the grocery stores and filling up on gas and all that stuff. So it's a lot. It goes, like you say, more than just what the rodeo gets, because y'all are a nonprofit and you give a lot of it back in scholarships.
Well, and Brittany, if she was over my shoulders right now, actually she does so much better job at media than I do, but Brittany, will tell you, we start off with 4, 6, 8 scholarships. Now we're doing 16, and they're $8,000 scholarships every year. And then we have the Kermit Winland Scholarship, who gets a $16,000. And we do those every year, and because we're a foundation, those are sustained. I mean, if somebody was to vote out rodeo tomorrow, the children and the kids that have earned these scholarships, they're going to get them, no matter what's going to happen. Premium sale, which a lot of people don't understand. Yeah. Well, it's a donation. Let's say you were showing. Sonora's showing a lamb. She sits first or second. She makes it to the premium sale. She gets to walk through. It's a premium donation gift back to her to continue her projects. So if let's say you were showing a lamb and the lamb brings $3,000, that goes back to you 100% unfiltered by the Rodeo Association. So we take a commitment by a group of commercial buyers here in Angelo. We make sure that money's collected, and we make sure you get exactly what they bid for. Yeah. And you get to take that to buy more projects. Yeah. You do more than that. And what's cool about that is it's getting nearly $1 million. I would love to see it make $1 million this year. We were so close last year. We were like at 939 or 9.
Oh, so close.
No, we were more than that. I think we're 959, somewhere there. I mean, it was just so close to making $1 million. And it's, you just want it to happen. But you think about it, we're giving nearly $1 million. We're helping, it's basically a fundraiser. Yeah. We gather, we raise it, and we give it all back. So it's cool.
Definitely. Yeah, at the rodeo press conference y'all just had a couple days ago, Brittany was so excited. She was like, we're gonna get $1 million, we're gonna get $1 million. And I would love to see that. That would be phenomenal. But y'all also talked about a ton of stuff at the press conference, a lot of changes, some new events, all kinds of stuff.
So let's say the one that I'm really excited about, that I get to work most knowledgeable about at this point, would be the PRC Extreme Bulls. Yes. So we have this problem from a marketing standpoint, and I don't share this with too many people. It's called Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. And it's always our first weekend. And so I've gone to Justin several times and said, you know what, maybe we don't have a Sunday performance. Maybe we do a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just so you know why this is, our performances are scheduled perf to perf, back to back. So a time event contestant, which is one that ropes or runs barrels, mainly those that ropes, they have to run 2 animals when they're here. Yeah. And they have to run them in back to back performances. So you'll see all of our performances scheduled in back to backs. Yeah. So there's never an odd number. So we actually get Corey Owens walks in, one of our board members, and goes, let's have an Extreme Bulls.
Yes, and Corey Owens.
Go Corey. And then Corey's sister Darcy has the same position I have, and probably not bigger and better, at San Antonio. Oh, okay. And so she helps, and we're all a close-knit group in the rodeo industry. And Corey comes in and says, why don't we have an Extreme Bulls? And it's just basically one day of just pretty much bull riding. Yeah. So we'll bring the top 30 contestants in. They'll compete in the long go. After the long go, we'll bring the top 10 back, and we'll have basically a top 10. And it's a PRC payout of, probably first through sixth all gets money. But we're throwing in an extra $20,000 out of our association's funds just to make sure we draw the top contestants in the world. It'll be fun. I mean, it'll go quick because we don't have to do any changes or shifts. Yeah. And it'll be bull ride. And
but that's, you're getting definitely your money's worth out of that ticket because it's just nonstop action.
It is perfect. Yeah. And so it'll be fun. We're looking forward to that one because you know, behind the scenes, what y'all don't see is with every rodeo performance, there's probably, I think I've got 17 people working the timed event in, and at least 8 or 9 working the rough stock in, volunteers who have regular jobs here in town. I mean, who work at Bentwood, who run construction, you know, who work all over town, who work in a TV station. And I can't go on you know, there's like 1,000 people that volunteer out there.
That's
and
a lot.
I've got 40 of them giving up 17 days of their February just to come out there and hang out. But
because a lot of them use their vacation time. They take their vacation time to go work at the rodeo.
They schedule their vacation around the rodeo. I'm like, you know, I don't know if I could ever be that good a person.
It's a humbling thing to realize.
And they're just like, and you go, well, I need this. Okay, I've got it. And you're just like, okay. And you just turn them loose. And you know what? Never once in, I guess it'll be 9-10 years, has any of them ever let me down. I mean, everything's always been covered and handled. You can't believe that group. But going to the Extreme Bulls, we'll only have to use about 1/3 of the volunteers. So what's cool is all the guys on the timed event in are like, so we don't have to do anything? Nope, you get a day off. So we can just come work, and then we can go, and then you can go watch the Super Bowl. You can go do that. But, you know, with pre-sales and season tickets, I would say the Extreme Bulls is probably 60% sold at this point in time. And then we go on sale Tuesday morning at 10.
I was about to say.
So just get online.
Tuesday morning.
And how tickets will go is Cinch Shootout will sell out first. Then the PRCA Short Go, which is the night before on the 14th. And then we'll roll to probably the Extreme Bulls will be the third thing to sell out.
Because those sell out.
Oh, it will. And, you know, it's new and it's different. And Angelo loves something new and different.
Yeah, they really do. I'm trying to pull up y'all's website right now so we can kind of go over it a little bit.
So while we're here, let's go over the change in the carnival.
Let's do,
Crabtree Amusements. They do Austin's carnival. They do several throughout the United States. And he's from Austin. And we're looking at something we hear. And so you have to learn that you're not your customer. And when you listen to people, like I'll listen to my 15-year-old son, 14-year-old son. And I'll say, what do you, he's like, no, I don't, you know, there just wasn't enough rides for me. And so you kind of have to look at that. And so, you know, Justin has heard that. And he and Brittany did a wonderful job of researching out somebody that will bring a carnival that'll kind of focus on that. Is tween the right word, that age group from like 15, 16 down to 12. It's fun to go do, but it's cool. And it's
but you don't want to ride like the little tiny baby rides, you know. So that's not cool. But so you're gonna have a lot of I was looking at the Crabtree website, and they have family rides, children's rides, and extreme rides. That's how they classify it. So you're definitely getting the extreme. Extreme. So
do you do those rides?
I've done the Titan at the roller coaster, you know, at Six Flags a couple times, but like I regretted it as I was walking. I was like, why did I even do that?
I watched Toy Story and that dude go, and I get it. I'm just like, no, I can't handle that. My wife and Stephanie Bass, I think they'll take the wildest rides out there, and I'm like, just hand me a barf bag.
I'll watch y'all do it. How about that?
But I mean, those kids love it.
Yeah, they do.
It's extreme, and it's kind of like a bragging right. Well, I rode this. Okay, that's
and
bragging right with me.
I rode it twice, and
Whatever.
Good for them. Do it while you're young, because But you're definitely going to have a lot of rides.
30% larger footprint than what we've had before. So it'll go from the front of the spur all the way probably to the outside of the livestock building. So when you add 30% more, I mean, it's just going to be huge. It's going to be cool to look at. I'm loving it.
It really is. Yeah, I'm excited to go out there and see it. But let's look at the ticket information right now. So this is online. This is SanAngeloRodeo.com. Y'all have got the number there, all the performances and the prices right there, with Sunday being the Extreme Bulls.
So can they see this?
Yeah.
So they're seeing this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So absolutely. In fact, my vision is not the best on it, but yes, Extreme Bulls, $15.50. Now, everybody remember, when tickets go on sale Tuesday morning, you can go to SanAngeloRodeo.com and buy your own tickets.
Yes.
Don't go stand in line.
No.
There's only one place to stand in line, and that's at the Coliseum box office. But right there, you can get the whole schedule. Go get your tickets bought.
Yeah.
Tell them you can print them at home, or you can actually bring them in to us, and we'll print them for you.
Yeah, and even see like where you want, because they have a Coliseum seating chart here, so you can see like section P, section Q, section
R.
R.
Now realize that those are probably sold at least halfway up. The more you get towards the edge of the Coliseum, which it's round, so it really doesn't have an edge, but the more you get to the edge of the arena, you're going to have lower seats.
Yes.
So realize that. So when you go through there and try to realize that S&R and N&M might be lower if you have somebody that doesn't want to climb 22 rows.
Yes.
But if you go and sit in that Coliseum, there's not a bad seat in the house.
There really isn't, because you can see, and you've got the big, huge Shannon Vision screen up
Both
there.
ends.
Both, yeah.
It cost me an extra $10,000 to put the other one on the other end. It's like $1,000 a perf, and I asked for a little bit of a discount. But you know what? It's entertainment. It's like when we put in the line arrays, we wanted to have the best concert quality sound you could have. Even though it's a little round, you've got to push it all the way to the end of the Coliseum. Keep that in mind. And we have, screens on both ends, just so it's probably the best experience they can have here in Angelo.
Yeah, it is. And it's, I mean, like I said, the bigger rodeos, they're awesome. They're awesome. But it's just, nothing is quite like St. Angelo.
Well, and I get to go to the NFR next week and check it out, but the Thomas and Mack Arena is very similar.
Yeah.
I mean, our floor dimensions and our footprint are almost identical. And what's cool is when you're in there, I think they hold 18, 20,000 people at the Thomas and Mack. It's packed and it's tight, and there's just, you can feel the electricity in it. And you know what? On Friday and Saturday nights, and even on, Tough Enough to Wear Pink is one of my favorite performances. Because there's nothing better than 5,000 people that hate cancer.
Yes.
And they're all survivors or somebody who's dealt with it, and they're happy somebody's attacking it the way we are. I remember one year Lindy Stone gave them cowbells. So I show up and she's handing out 5,000 cowbells.
And it was loud.
And I'm just like going, oh my gosh.
It was loud.
And I tell this to our announcer, Boyd. I don't know if any of y'all have heard. Boyd's kind of the voice of rodeo.
Yeah.
And I have to go in, and Boyd is a perfectionist. And sometimes you can see Boyd get a little irritated with if it's not running exactly 100% perfect. You can see a little bit of Boyd's emotion. But you know what I tell people is, we don't pay him to be, second place or this. I mean, he expects perfection out of everybody. And our crews really hustle. But I went and told him, I said, hey, Boyd, there's going to be 5,000 cowbells up here in the stand. And he stared at me and was like, what do you mean there's 5? I said, I can't take them back, buddy.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to suck it up and come on.
You just got to go with it.
And he did. And you know what? He played it. He made it work. Let's hear those bells ring now. And it totally moved the whole Coliseum.
Yeah.
And so when you get something like that and it all comes together, you just sit over there and go, I never knew that it could, but that's why you pay them what you do. I mean, they're perfectionists and they're absolutely excellent at what they do.
Yeah, and that's why everything goes off. The crew sometimes maybe sees a few mistakes, but if you're a spectator, you never know, because everything is run so well and they play off each other so well and everybody works together so well. It's just, it's a phenomenal show every time.
Here's one they don't know up in the stands.
Yeah.
It's like when you start hearing the sing-along songs.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll play the songs from Journey or whatever. What you're doing is you're actually... Maybe the excitement's not it's usually during the steer wrestling or something or other, and the excitement's not the best, but what you're doing, you're trying to draw the crowd's attention back into. Yeah. So if you can get 5,000 people's attention, you bring it back in, and you put them in a group, that's what they do. You get them in there, and it's really cool. So those are just some little things they do behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so cool to see everything run so well. So
what other questions? I mean...
I don't know. Are we out of time? I feel like we've talked...
I don't know. Let me hit my timer.
Yeah.
I can't. I keep getting calls from my son.
Because you're so popular.
No, it's my son wanting to know where the money is on Black Friday. It's exactly what it is. I don't even. Let me see if I can get my timer.
Yeah, pull up your timer there.
We have 1 minute and 29 seconds.
What do you want to say in 1 minute and 28 seconds? It's 5, 4.
So what do you think people don't? What do you think people don't know about the rodeo? What's the one thing they miss?
Ooh. I think people they just love behind the scenes, because I put together a video of what it looked from my perspective, and they just really responded to that really well, because I get to go in all the tunnels and go in the rooms where all the guys hang out and all that type of stuff.
Imagine that you sneak in there where all the are.
Well, I put my camera on my camera equipment and stuff. But yeah, they're just going in and out to get the cinches and stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, people I think they just love the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes is what's cool. And
yeah.
Under the pits, we actually have those camera pits.
Yeah.
And when you go behind the scenes, let's talk about the lamb committee, the swine committee, the cattle committee, the horse committee. I mean, you have no idea how many people are working their tail off for free to make all this stuff work out.
Well, and it's year round because, all this stuff just doesn't appear and doesn't happen. Like the rodeo just doesn't happen.
Yeah, we started planning basically the month after. Yeah. In March, we started planning for the following year.
Yeah, so it's year round and all
We're
these
down to
committees.
15 seconds.
Oh man, okay.
And you thought we couldn't go for 25?
No, I thought we could. I knew we could actually
with
you because we talk all the time.
Easy.
Yeah. Cool. But well, thanks again for joining us.
Anytime. I'm glad I'm out here on a Super Black Friday.
I know.
Oh.
That's our signal.
I don't know how to turn it off. This is where my kids don't like me. There we go.
There we go. His initials are TNT, by the way.
It's cool. So, thank you so much. Are you ready for it?
I am so ready. You know that.
I wish everybody was as ready as you are.
Yeah, I stay ready. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, right?
Let's go. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Thank you.